Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is David J. Burney.
My name's Brent Apperson. Good morning.
It's good to have you folks along. It's good to be in the studio here with you, Brent. Appreciate you coming in this morning after a late night of covering some exciting basketball action.
Yes, good to be here with you, Dave.
Thank you. I was reading a little baseball news this morning. I might have it on my mind.
That's all right.
Apologies.
No apologies needed.
All right. Enjoyed watching and listening to the activities last night that you guys covered up in the Sandhill School.
Good.
Fun to watch and listen to. Yeah, very nice. Hope the folks enjoyed it. I must say right now,
Yes.
that is one good-looking shirt.
What must you say?
One good-looking shirt.
Well, thank you, Dave. Appreciate it very much.
Well,
Trying to impress.
Well, you're doing it, man. You're looking great.
Aren't you going to say anything else? You haven't noticed anything else about me this morning?
New glasses?
No. I've had them for a while now. You're always quick to bring to everybody's attention when I don't do something. You're going to bring to somebody's attention that I did do something, basically just for you?
Now, let me just back up a little bit on just this moment in the breakfast show. There's no reason to get hostile. There's no reason to have a feud here, neighbor.
No, I don't want a feud. I'll be honest, I'm a little hurt.
I think your face looks nice and smooth.
Thank you.
You look well shaven.
Thank you.
You look sharp as a tack.
Because when I came in a few days ago, you quickly jumped on the fact that I hadn't maybe shaved in a day or two. And so I'm a little bit hurt. I come in here clean shaven, and you don't even notice.
Let me apologize.
I'm hurt.
I'm just going to apologize because I've been kind of noticing when I'm home at night, I watch a little bit of the local TV news and some network news occasionally, and there's just an awful lot of those people that don't shave or have that rough look, that they just let the stubble come out and then they shave it off and leave the stubble there. I guess it's fashionable.
I think it's trending.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, you go a couple, 3 days without shaving.
Yeah.
But you've attacked me on it.
I'm not going to attack you anymore. I've been watching. There's even some of the lady news anchors, I think, that have stubble.
I'm going off on my island on that one. It's okay. Those are the comments of Dave Burney.
I think they might be taking some steroids or something, but I noticed a few of them have mustaches and are you okay?
No, not really. I can't believe you went there. But okay.
Well, it might be just my TV screen.
Oh, that could be.
Because the TV screen that I have a little TV in my bedroom.
Oh, I see.
And it's just a small little one.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason lately now, there's just certain channels that have no sound. I don't know what that's all about. But when you get to a dark scene, they start to look like ghosts.
Mm.
So it could be my screen. I thought maybe some of the news anchors were taking steroids and were growing mustaches, but it might just be my TV. Okay.
Okay.
I apologize for getting after you for not shaving. If you want to have stubble, it's a free country for the most part. You do have to pay some taxes, but you can you can grow stubble.
Okay.
I think it's time for me to start trying to get along a little bit more. And I think when Bob Bowles and I used to work together, when we would start to give each other a hard time, we would light up our pens.
Oh, I remember that.
Because we just go, well, what do you? And then we just light up our pens and pretend we were smoking a cigar. And it seemed to relieve the stress. So if we get to where we're having that neighborly Hatfield and McCoy thing going again, let's just smoke our pens.
All right. Okay.
And for you ladies out there, I didn't mean anything. I think it's my TV.
Okay.
If ladies want to grow stubble, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to have any problem with it. And if Brent wants to grow stubble, that's fine too.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
My pleasure.
All right.
Today is Friday, January 7th, And today at the Loop City Public Schools, the graduation point of Brent Apperson. Today they're having hamburger or hot dogs and baked beans.
Sargent Public School today, chicken strip wrap with lettuce, salsa, and cheese. Green beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar at Sargent today.
I wonder how many people out there listening this morning when they graduated actually looked at their diploma.
I did, because my name was spelled wrong.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. Have I told you this story?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, when I was going through school at Loop City, we had Adeline was her name, and she was the secretary there at the high school.
Okay.
Just we would call her Sweet Adeline.
Oh, nice.
Because she was just the best. And so, especially when I became a senior, there were times I'd just go into the office and just visit with her.
Just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. And every time I would go in the office, she would call me Brett instead of Brent.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Not a biggie.
I didn't correct it. I didn't think there was any big deal about it. Well, when I got my diploma, it said Brett James Apperson instead of Brent. So I actually have two diplomas.
Oh.
One that says Brett and one that says Brent.
But both of them were signed and you passed.
But they were signed, yes, and I did pass. Correct.
You know, I don't really know whether. I know they wanted to get rid of me real bad, so
they probably just signed it no matter what.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried. I wasn't. You know, I knew that my grades weren't very good. But I was pretty sure they didn't want me back.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't look. That I remember. I don't remember looking at it to see if it was signed.
Really?
No. I do know of a young man we love very much who, after they received their diplomas and standing around in the cafeteria, you know, and everybody kind of was talking, and he just didn't want to look at his because he was pretty sure it wasn't
going to be signed. That's funny.
At Thedford today, they're having chili Fritos and brownies.
Arnold today, pizza.
At SEM, it's pizza burgers.
Broken Bow today, cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, home-style scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, fresh-baked ham and turkey sub, grilled chicken salad with roasted flatbread, and fajita deli wrap at Broken Bow today.
And Selma Myrna, featuring Pizza Hut pizza today, home-style scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, a fajita deli wrap, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
Callaway featuring a baked potato bar today.
At Ansley, it's turkey hoagies.
All right, Sandhills Public School in Dunning today, sweet and sour chicken, rice, and breadsticks at Sandhills. Oh, I've got a couple of more yet.
Oh, okay.
Gothenburg today, their choices include mac and cheese, pizza quesadilla, and pizza. And I guess that's it. That's all I have.
All right. Now, is Shelley coming in to represent Mid-Plains Community College today, or do you know?
I'm not exactly sure. I think that one of the ladies are, either Shelley or Casey.
Okay.
I think Shelley, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
So if Shelley's coming in the 8 o'clock hour to talk about Mid-Plains Community College, you mind if I just kind of bow out? Because
Why?
Well, I just think it's nice.
I never bowed out when Joan came in to visit.
I know, but I think you guys might need some alone time. And
What?
And I don't want to be in the way. You know, I don't want to be a third wheel. Like going out on a date with.
You're never a third wheel.
That's when you know you are. When they say,
Oh.
"Oh, you're never a third wheel." I mean, did you have to go out, folks, when you were young out there and you had a buddy or you had a girlfriend? They said, "Oh, come along on our date." It's not a. We'd love to have you along.
Oh, I was the third wheel all the time.
Didn't that bother you at all?
I was the buddy.
Oh, it didn't.
I was the little nerdy looking guy in the back seat all the time.
Well, we've seen your picture, the senior picture. But you look nice with your vest on and everything. I think they would have been proud to have you along. I just never liked being a third wheel. Now, if you went on a double date, that was fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just feeling like you're kind of just being a tag along. don't know how the people out there feel about
No,
it.
I hear you. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But you're not a third wheel.
Well, I just don't. When Shelley comes in,
you're the host of the show. And
I know, but
you have. I'll be honest. I mean, and I mean this in all sincerity. You're one of the best interviewers that I've ever been around. I've learned a lot from you.
Well, I appreciate that.
In regards to that, especially when it comes to interviewing local people.
Well, I've known them so long; it's pretty easy, really.
Yeah.
With Shelley, though, I know when she looks at me during the interview, she wishes my hair was longer. And I don't know how much longer I want to grow it out. But
I see.
I know that
Sure.
Shelley would prefer my hair be in a ponytail or, really long. And I just don't know at this point in my life if I want to grow it that long.
Yeah.
Because I know she prefers that.
Sure.
So you want to play the game?
We can. Let me find the questions. Let's see. Asking questions about historic events that occurred in January.
Okay.
Here's your question for today. What is the name of the Leonardo da Vinci painting that was exhibited in the United States for the first time in January 1963?
Wow.
Which of Leonardo da Vinci's famous paintings was exhibited in the United States for the first time in January 1963? Your choices are the Mona Lisa, the Vitruvian Man, the Last Supper, or Adoration of the Magi. What is the name of the Leonardo da Vinci painting that was exhibited in the U.S. for the first time in January 1963? Mona Lisa, Vitruvian Man, the Last Supper, or Adoration of the Magi? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information.
7:44. We have Debbie, or Deborah on the line. Good morning, Debbie, Deborah. How are you?
I'm good. How about you, David?
Pretty good. And Brent's doing well too. Which would you prefer today? Which one? Debbie, Deborah?
I'm Deb today. I got
Deb.
things to do.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so you're going to tear into it, so you're a Deb.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, you mentioned off the air you was going to harass us a little bit. What's on your mind?
There's no us to it. It's just you.
Oh. Thank you. Harass Dave, Deb. Please, go ahead.
I am, because he always picks on you.
I know.
You know, if I was you, friend, I'd buy a pair of binoculars so you can really watch him.
Yeah, I don't, you know, Deb, I've actually thought about that, but then I think maybe I don't want to.
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
I don't even look over there.
Yeah, right. You probably watch him, make sure he goes to work or something.
Yeah.
Well, I get here before he does, so I know he's very punctual. He gets here right at 7 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't mess very often with that unless he has car troubles, and now he can just run out here from his place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially when it's 0 or below 0.
Yeah.
It's good for the lungs, right?
Well,
Yeah, there you go. That's what Dave would say.
yeah, as long as I'm sitting here and he's running.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can understand that. Don't forget you have to be drinking coffee while he's running, too.
Oh, I've got a cup right here, Deb.
Okay, I want things to be normal
That's
today.
good. It's all good.
Okay.
Okay, Deb, you ready for the question here?
Yeah, I'll take a shot at it.
Okay, what was the name of the Leonardo da Vinci painting that was exhibited in the United States for the first time in January 1963? Was it Mona Lisa, Vitruvian Man, The Last Supper, or Adoration of the Magi?
I think it's Mona Lisa.
You got it. Yeah,
Wow.
There you go. Mona Lisa. Let's see. How about a stop that? I'm talking to Deb. We know she's won. Just relax. Okay, thanks. How about a certificate for a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut?
That works.
That work? All right.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
you have
Deb.
a good day.
Hey, thanks for calling,
too.
Deb.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Thanks, Deb, for
I
calling
like
in.
Deb.
Yeah, she's a nice person.
I like Deb because she usually calls in and sticks up for me. So thank you.
She does, and that's fine. I don't know where people are getting this that I've been picking on you at all. I feel like it's a 50-50 deal, and I know that it's through my vision on it, but I just don't. I feel like I'm getting a bad rap. What have I ever done to you? What have I ever said about you that was harmful? I mean, gosh.
Although I will say this, when I was in college, I was the guy that always got picked on in college too. In the dorm, when people wanted to pull pranks, I was always the one they pulled the prank on. And then they would always come up to Brent. I hope you know that we pick on you because we love you.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that all the time.
That's the truth
We
of the
pick
matter.
on you because we love you.
Yeah. I received you know how a message pops up on the screen when it comes in and then it goes away, and then I think this came in on Messenger. And for some reason right now, I'm not figuring out my Messenger on my smartphone. It works on my computer, but it just gives me all the people in a chat box, but it doesn't show me the new messages. And I'm sure it's something that I am not doing correctly.
Oh.
But I saw a message come in. I believe it was from Bob Fitzpatrick. Do you remember Bob?
Boy, I feel like I should. The name definitely sounds familiar, but I'm not able to put a face to it at the moment.
Record-breaking swimmer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he worked here at KCNI, KBBN.
Yes.
And I don't know if he's watching or listening this morning. I'm pretty sure that was the message. I saw his name and something about learning about Alan Parsons' project from me when he worked here.
Oh.
But I honestly, I know this is stupid, but I open up Messenger and I just get old chats. I don't get any new stuff on my phone. If I went into the other room and brought it up on my computer, it would all be there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. So I'm hoping I am right on this, that it was Bob. He worked here. People loved him. He worked the afternoon shift over on KCNI, and he worked nights out here on KBBN. And he was just a fun young man to have around, and he was a great worker here. And
a great swimmer.
A great swimmer, yeah. Kind of a historic swimmer here in Custer County in central Nebraska. And he was a good guy, and he evidently is reaching out and remembering old times when we used to play the Alan Parsons Project. So I am going to play an Alan Parsons Project song for Bob, hoping he is listening today.
Sounds good.
Now, I have choices here. Now, one of my favorite Alan Parsons Project songs is one called Wouldn't Want to Be Like You.
Oh.
It's kind of a song like when, somebody, does something rotten to you.
Oh, really? I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't have a clue on that. But then you say, you know what, I'm not going to go there. I wouldn't want to be like you.
Okay.
All right. So this, Bob, if you're listening, this has no reflection on you at all. I just like the message. You go, hey, I've had it. I'm not going to be like you. And I know that we don't have that problem because
no,
it's cool here.
Yeah.
So here's the Alan Parsons Project on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Wouldn't want to be like you.
Member FDIC. Did you know that Off-Broadway in Broken Bow has apartment openings? And did you know that they have 5 different styles of apartments? That means it's easy to find one that fits what you need. Plus, you can move into Off-Broadway almost immediately. If you or a loved one are not sure if senior living is for you, talk to your friends at Off-Broadway and they'll show you the many options you have to choose from. At Off-Broadway, they serve 3 home-cooked meals a day, have numerous daily activities, transportation, and much more. Ask about their specials going on right now at Off-Broadway in Broken Bow.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
Dave,
Yeah.
did you say you listened or watched some of the basketball broadcast last night?
Yeah, I watched the girls and part of the boys.
Did I sound okay? Could you follow the action from the way I was describing it? Because I got to be honest, it was very difficult for me to concentrate.
Well, I didn't notice that you weren't following the action.
Well, I was being harassed.
By whom?
Well, can you harass somebody by just text messaging?
Yes, they say that's where a lot of trouble starts with bullying and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was a person who was at the game in attendance last night, and just starts texting me, just kind of like out of the blue.
I think I might know who it is.
And I'm getting ready to go live on the air. Okay, and all of a sudden I get this text message. Are you watching cartoons on that monitor? Because I was trying to get the computer ready to go live on the air, and are you watching cartoons on that monitor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so and then a moment later, hey, again tonight, I want you to know I'm the transportation and delivery technical engineer. Or if for you to understand, that means bus driver.
Sorry.
And then this one. Good thing you don't go home to Arnold anymore, because I've been known not to let anyone pass.
Wow, he was right during the ball game.
Right during the game. That was hard to concentrate because I keep getting these.
Yeah. I can imagine, it's the next one you're going to get from this particular person is, you probably need a golf cart, don't you?
I responded to the one about, saying that he wouldn't let me pass. I responded. It says, well, you've seen my golf game and you know I don't drive straight. So I'm like, I'll get around you.
Oh, the friends you make out there.
Yes.
Happy birthday goes out to Dave Knoll. Happy birthday to Teresa Oxford, Kathy Templin, Kelly Conley, birthday today, Kurt Kolhanik, Michaela Bristol, Aaron Epley, R.P. Smith celebrating a birthday today, and Betsy Smith celebrating a birthday. I believe that is a.k.a. Lady Gaga. And Kimberly Stoddard celebrating birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Those are the ones we're aware of through associations with Facebook on Sand Hills Express. Now, you're celebrating a birthday out there today, if you are. You're celebrating with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, actor.
58, broke out in the 80s cult film Valley Girl. And, of course, Raising Arizona is one of my all-time favorites. He was in National Treasure, Leaving Las Vegas, and many, many more. He's been in a lot of films.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, 51.
Another actor?
Yep. Lauded for his roles in The Hurt Locker and The Town. Known more lately for his role as Hawkeye in the Marvel Universe. Comics, movies. Happy birthday to Lewis Hamilton, 37. Race car driver, Formula One. And I didn't know that much about, in fact, anything, but boy, is this guy good. Won joint record, 7 World Drivers' Championship titles, tied with Michael Schumacher, and holds the record for the most wins, 103. He's had 103 pole positions and podium finishes. He's been on the podium 182 times in Formula racing, so
wow,
he's very accomplished. Might have to watch him sometimes. Kenny Loggins celebrating a birthday today.
Oh, right.
74 today.
All right. You going to play Footloose?
I don't know.
Come on.
Oh, how about Mama Don't Dance? That's just as your Mama Don't Dance. Remember that one?
How about play The House on Pooh Corner?
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
John Rich is 48 today. Do you know John? He's a country singer.
Big and Rich country duo. And, John Rich was actually, I think, a member of Lone Star.
That's true.
When they first started.
Didn't know that. And Kathy Valentine, 63 today. And I know the gals down at the Custer County Foundation will be excited. Kathy, 63, bassist for the Go-Go's.
Oh.
Just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with their other bandmates, and I happened to see that.
All right.
And they're kind of a kick yet. They're very lively yet, and kind of talked about how they kind of shot themselves in the foot for a while with their careers because they couldn't get along for a little while, and they put all that aside, so they're actually performing some again. So those are some birthdays you're celebrating today.
Well, based on those birthdays, I think we need to play We Got the Beat and Footloose.
Well, we
now
don't have...
you gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off their shoes.
You know what bothered me a little bit about Kenny Loggins?
What? I like Kenny Loggins. I do.
I was up in South Dakota doing some fly fishing, and I was sitting at this little restaurant, what was it called? The Sugar Shack or something like that alongside the highway up in the Black Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Just minding my own business, and this one gal come up to me at that point in my life. I was younger then. Said, "Gosh, you look like Kenny Loggins."
Really?
And I just wanted to just go throw up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Thought you looked like Kenny Loggins?
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I don't see it.
Well, I didn't either.
Oh, okay.
But maybe she was hitting on me.
It could have been.
I don't know why she would have for the way I looked at that point after fly fishing for 3 days. But maybe that's my phobia.
Yeah.
Hey, it's news time
Okay.
on The Breakfast Show on a Friday.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. We're getting a new snapshot of the jobs market and the Great Resignation. The Labor Department about to release December's employment report and the number of non-farm jobs created. A lot of people left in November. A record 4.5 million American workers quit or changed jobs, among them snowplow drivers in Sudbury, Massachusetts. Public Works' Daniel Nason.
Now, with the COVID, now we're running into major problems trying to fill our spots with employees that are calling out sick, and that's changing daily.
Okay, so here's how it goes. Employers added another 199,000 people last month. That compares to 210 positions added the month before. Unemployment was down from 4.2% to 3.9%. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here was a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A southeast Nebraska man will spend several decades behind bars for killing a 2-year-old boy. Judge Vicki Johnson sentenced 19-year-old Jake Gonzalez to 70 to 80 years in prison for child abuse resulting in death during a hearing in Jefferson County District Court on Thursday. She also sentenced him to 20 years for attempted assault and 3 years for terroristic threats. Those sentences will run concurrently to the most severe sentence, meaning they will run at the same time. Johnson said she strongly considered handing down a life sentence, which was the maximum penalty available. She said the only mitigating factor for Gonzalez was his age. He was 17 when charged with assault and 18 when charged with child abuse resulting in death. A jury convicted Gonzalez of abuse and terroristic threats during a trial in October. Those charges date back to February 2021 when Gonzalez was accused of fatally injuring 2-year-old Holland and threatening the child's mother. The assault charge dates back to an incident from May 2020 when Gonzalez was accused of shooting Lance Powers multiple times in Fairbury. Powers survived but required a medical helicopter flight to Lincoln to care for his wounds. Holland's grandfather, Danny Meyer, talked with News Channel Nebraska after the sentencing and said, quote, "I think it could have been a little more, but I think it was a good sentence. I hope it progresses down the road and does not get overturned or anything like that. Myers said he does not ever want to see something like this happen to anyone else. Secretary of State Bob Evnen has filed on Wednesday to run for re-election. Secretary Evnen was sworn in as the 27th Secretary of the State in January 2019. The Secretary of State oversees business services, elections, licensing rules and regulations, records management, and international relations. He is the keeper of the Great Seal and chairs or serves on the Nebraska Real Estate Commission, the Pardons Board, the Nebraska Accountability and Disclosure Commission, and other state boards. Along with all other statewide constitutional officers, the Secretary of State serves a 4-year term. Evnen was first elected in November 2018.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, where the Buccaneers officially released wide receiver Antonio Brown, with head coach Bruce Arians responding to Brown's allegation that the coach tried to force him to play through an injury, leading to Brown leaving the field. Arians claims Brown was upset about the number of times he was being targeted in the game, leading to Brown refusing to play, and that was when Arians told him to leave the field. Arians also said at no time during the game did Brown tell any of the sideline medical staff that he couldn't return to the field due to an injury. 4 games in the NBA, the Suns are the first team to 30 wins in the league after beating the Clippers 106-89. Chris Paul a triple-double in the win for Phoenix, and now have the league's best record at 30-8. Pelicans beat the Warriors 101-96. No Steph Curry in this one for Golden State due to a quad injury. Knicks get an R.J. Barrett three-pointer off the glass at the buzzer to beat the Celtics 108-105. Evan Fournier 41 points for New York, and the Grizzlies make it 7 straight wins with a 118-88 win over the Pistons.
Here's your Weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have sunny to partly cloudy conditions with highs working up into the upper part of the 20s. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies on the breezy side, temperatures fairly steady in the lower 20s. Trending milder on Saturday despite some cloud cover, back up to a high of 49. Returning to the upper 30s on Sunday with lots of sun, and for your Monday, a high of 42. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
When someone asks me, when is the best time to start saving for retirement, my answer is simple. It's today. Hi, I'm Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Janet Lawhorn,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors. We can help you build a plan for your ideal retirement by identifying your unique goals and help you keep on track to achieve them. The sooner you get started, the better. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
7 minutes past the hour, 5 degrees above zero. We'll call it mostly clear. There are still some clouds around the edges out there, and as that sky clears and the winds pick up, it's going to be pretty rugged out there for mid-morning, and then we'll start to see things get a little better, hopefully this afternoon. Right now the winds are out of the south 5 to 10, and that puts your wind chills down to around 10 to 15 below zero. Winds pick up, then your wind chill is going to be even a little more biting. It's cold out there right now. Barometric pressure bouncing around a little bit this morning. It's at 29.93, so it's actually dropped a point. It was rising. Humidity at 80%. Our high yesterday, 9 degrees with an overnight low. Along about 5:30, it was 2 above. Sunrise this morning at 8:05, sunset at 5:24. And we do have a what they call a skiff of snow, a light covering of snow out there, but nothing measurable, just a trace precipitation out of it. Very dry, as you might imagine, with the temperatures the way they are. So that's your look at weather and news. Thanks to Edward Jones for bringing that to us here on this Friday morning. Well, let's talk a little bit. We were talking off the air, and I know it's been on the sports, and we previewed it yesterday. You got basketball tonight and basketball tomorrow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And we have Husker basketball the next day. So we continue our trend with basketball this week.
Yeah, definitely. Tonight we'll be in Sargent. We're going to have the area doubleheader between Twin Loop and Ansley Litchfield. Girls game, will tip at 6, and then the boys game will follow. We'll have those for you on the radio tonight, KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And then looking forward to tomorrow, we'll be in Kearney for the girls basketball showcase, where Ann Semmelmyrna and Broken Bow will be among the teams competing. A great day of basketball. 8 games will be featured. They'll be played at Kearney High School. We want to stress that. Originally, the venue was to be the Viero Event Center, but due to some situations there at Viero. They moved it to Kearney High School, so that's where the girls' showcase games will be played. And Selma Myrna will start the day. They'll be in Game 1. They'll take on Cross County early in the morning at 8:50 tomorrow, and we'll broadcast that for you on KBBN Radio. And then later in the day, Broken Bow will play Auburn at 3:30. So we'll have those for you on the radio on KBBN Broken Bow. And I do just want to promote, if you maybe go down to watch the girls, the Broken Bow girls in particular, in the showcase on Saturday afternoon, the Broken Bow boys are actually going to be playing in Kearney tomorrow as well. They're going to be playing, I think, tipping off at 6:30 against Bridgeport. Now, they are also going to play in Kearney High School. There's 2 gyms, so Broken Bow will play in the auxiliary gym at Kearney High, and will play Bridgeport tomorrow night. So if you maybe be going to go down and watch the Broken Bow girls in the afternoon, stick around and go support the boys that night. They'll be playing at Kearney High School as well.
Sure. Might as well catch it all.
There you go.
Then on Sunday, we have Husker women's basketball on the air on KBBN. Pregame 12:45, tip-off at 1 o'clock. And, of course, the Lady Huskers are doing quite well this year. And so you'll want to listen on Sunday and get some things done. You can just crank up KBBN and follow that as well. Well, our first guest and our only guest is here today from Mid-Plains Community College. Now, do you guys want me, Shelley, do you want me to leave? Because I feel like a third wheel here.
No, it's fine.
See, I think it would be more awkward if he left.
I know.
Don't you
That's
think?
True.
I think so anyway.
Shelley Apperson with Mid-Plains Community College is here, and good to have you in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You like this cold weather?
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't like it at all.
I don't think anybody does too much.
No.
A little snow would be kind of fun if it was 35 rather than 20 below wind chill. But it's going to get better. We're going to next week be in the 50s, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
The roller coaster ride continues temperature-wise.
Yeah, that's probably not that healthy for us, actually.
No, I can attest to that. It's not very healthy.
Shelley, I do have a question for you, and then I'd feel more comfortable if you guys would just talk. Just pretend you're in the kitchen. And but I know on the news story this morning, Gavin had stories about the last day to apply for some scholarships. One of those would be the Don Davis Scholarship, which, of course, Don Davis, basically a founder of Mid-Plains Community College. I think they have today only to get registered for that one. And then the other one was, the class of 59, I think, has a pretty healthy scholarship that people probably want to apply for. Scholarships are a big deal in your business.
They are. They're very helpful. So if people can sign up for those and get them, it's a huge help.
Yep, today's the day, the last day.
Good.
So I'm just going to kind of sit back here and you guys pretend you're having, let's see, what do you like to snack on when you're around the kitchen table, like donuts and coffee or bacon and eggs?
All of the above.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There you go.
Bacon and eggs sound pretty good right
I know.
now. So take it away, Brent Amperson.
All right. Well, I do know you guys have been extremely busy. You're into a new semester, trying to get kids and students and everything organized going into a new round of classes. So I know you guys have been hopping.
Yep, the campus is open again, and our dual credit classes will start next week for the high school, and then the 17th regular college classes will get started. So, so it has been busy, and that's good. We like it that way.
Yeah. I know that you do a lot of work when it comes to the community education classes, and you've got some of those coming up pretty soon.
We do, and I wanted just to highlight a couple of them.
Sure.
The first one I wanted to mention, because the deadline to register for that is Monday, the 10th. So it's the Temperament and the Words You Speak class. We do have a few openings left, but we want people to get signed up today, Monday, at the absolute latest, to sign up for that, because we need to get the workbooks ordered for that. So that's going to be a very interesting class. It's about your four temperaments that people are born with, and then those play into how you communicate for all of your life in every relationship. So you'll get to learn what temperament you are, kind of what sub-temperament you are, and then how to communicate with other people in the other temperament, and maybe what to say, what not to say. It's very, very interesting and very helpful. So please get signed up for that. And then coming up on the 20th of January is our Folded Flag Barn Quilt Workshop, and that's going to be from noon to 3 p.m. And if anybody would like to see a picture of that, I have that. I can email it or text it to them. It's extremely cool. It's a really neat design. And Rose Maple will be doing that. She does a lot of our barn quilt classes for us, and she's an exceptional teacher. She knows what she's doing, and a lot of fun to be with. So that's coming up. And then the other one I wanted to highlight was country dance. We are filling up. We're needing 10 couples to make the class go, and we're really, really close to that. So, and we'll take more than 10 couples, absolutely.
Okay.
But that starts February 20th. That's on Sundays, and that's 5 weeks.
How soon do you need to get signed up?
I like to say at least a week prior.
Okay.
I mean, I like to let the instructors know at least a week prior, if we've got enough to go ahead with the class. So there's still time, but if you're even contemplating that, get signed up.
But you need a partner.
You do need a partner, because there's partner dances, and that is one of the things Gary said. You're going to have a partner to do this class. So
I'm trying to talk one of my girls into being my partner.
Well, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I've always wanted to learn how to country dance.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is I don't have very good rhythm.
Well, I think Gary can fix you up.
Yeah, he
I
can
think
help
so.
you with that.
If anybody could, it would be Gary. But Gary, if you're listening, I'm not wearing a New York Yankees hat. Please don't require me to do that.
Well, I don't think you will.
In order to get rhythm.
I think he'll let you pass on that. Just
right.
don't wear a cap at all. Wear a cowboy hat. You're going to be dancing.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Does he have
Why are
one?
you laughing? Why are you laughing?
No, there's a reason for that. Too.
Yes. Okay.
He used to wear, when he performed at the fair, you might remember, he wore a little country western vest.
Oh yeah, that's still alive and well in the closet, which is where it needs to stay.
Ouch.
Sorry.
I would wear my vest more often, but it's a little harder to snap than it was years ago around the midsection.
We can all relate to that.
Yeah. But, you mentioned these classes. The temperament one it really is very interesting. Mm-hmm. And but then the other two, the barn quilt, the country dance, those are just fun. And I had a chance to meet Rose.
Yes.
You're going to love Rose.
Yep.
What a great lady. And
yep,
she's going to, I would like to take one of her classes just for her.
Yeah, she's extremely organized, and she's been doing it a long time. She owns Rustic Milling and Craft in Eustis, and so she goes around and does these classes, and so she's very experienced and just has a lot of knowledge. So so she's a good teacher. Definitely. Okay. And then we have some photo editing classes coming up with just use of your smartphone.
Really?
Coming up in February. So we have, over Christmas break, we mailed out flyers. So everybody should have gotten a flyer in their mail. And so that gives a listing of some of the classes we have going on. So, and I just want to say, these are not intimidating these are just casual, very laid back classes that...
Do you get graded on these?
No.
Okay.
No, these
Gary, if I take country dance, Gary Wright's not gonna grade me.
I don't know. He might default to his teacher role.
That's
I don't know.
what I'm afraid of.
I don't know.
Be able to help himself, probably.
Right. But these are just fun classes to, that one just to have fun, learn some stuff, exercise, open up your mind to some new things, and they're just very laid back, and so don't be afraid to think you're signing up for an actual strict college class that you be here or else it's not that way.
Shelley, you may have heard, may not, but I think Alan Bartles is maybe watching today, but he was in from the Lower Loop NRD here a while back, and they have a photo contest that you can enter. I would think maybe this class would fit in nice before you went out and started taking some pictures.
Right.
Because a lot of us, we snap a photo every once in a while with our phones, but we really don't know all the different things it really can do,
Sure.
right?
And she's Anna Carr is going to be the instructor. She's just going to do a photo editing class, and then right afterwards, another class on just winter pictures.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
you could do both classes or one or the other. It's completely whichever, but it'd be interesting. So definitely, and then we have some Zoom classes coming up later in the spring in March that people can take from the college. We have a bread baking class we're working on putting together for March. So we have a lot of cool things coming up.
You do.
And possibly, and possibly a class that Brent might be doing for us.
Oh, really?
Later this spring.
They're trying to talk me into it.
Yeah.
What will you be teaching?
Well, I thought it would be if we do it, it would be very basic. But I know a lot of people like to go to baseball games, softball games, and don't know how to score them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here.
And so we thought maybe it'd be fun to just do, and this would be very basic, but just do a very basic scorekeeping class for baseball and softball.
That's a good
going
idea.
into the summer.
Not only just because somebody might want to know, they might be able to help. There's so many games that could use a scorekeeper that most of us don't know how to do that. I'm not very good at it. My wife's good at it, but you could help with the different leagues that way if you knew how to do it at least close to right.
And if you're just a mom and a dad or a grandpa and grandma and you're going to watch your child or grandchild play, sometimes it's fun to just have a scorebook and keep score. So we're thinking about that.
He'll do it. He doesn't know that he'll do it.
Apparently, I am doing it. Casey and Shelley have basically informed me that I'm doing it no matter what.
You're up to bat, buddy.
But this would not be a class for, say, Carmen Bumgarner, who has been keeping score and probably Carmen should be the one teaching the class, quite frankly. But yeah, this would just be the basics.
Good idea.
To kind of understand what the positions are and how they're numbered and how you score them.
Yeah. So if any of the listeners want to help twist his arm, feel free. We'll take the help.
What will you do if you're teaching a class and you have an unruly student?
I don't know, although I do have experience with dealing with unruly people. I kind of do that between 7:30 and 9:30 every morning. So,
I'm not going to say anything.
But the idea would be to show highlights of games and give you scenarios, and we'd score them in class, and
that'd be fun.
So probably mostly Cubs highlights. So I just want to stress that.
Oh boy!
But
Gary Wright, where are you when we need you? Well, that's great. And Shelley, maybe that's something to touch on here. If somebody out there has a skill that they know a lot about and like to communicate and teach, I know you're looking for those sorts of things, aren't
Absolutely, yeah. Just give us a call and we can talk about what they like to do, and we can work on putting together a class, because the field is wide open.
Yeah.
So
now, the first time you were in and you were talking about the class that's coming up about how many? Like your personality, your
temperament.
Temperament, yeah. I'm not sure I want to know very deep into that, but it would be. I heard you guys talking. I think it was the first time you're on. We were heading down the highway, and it sounds like a really interesting class to learn a little bit about yourself, and maybe communication skills go along with that. And
right. Your strengths and your weaknesses based on this is different from your personality. This is just your temperament that you were born with, and of course, life. You adapt as you go through life, and so. But this is what your innate wiring is, and there's some personalities that get along, or temperaments that get along better than others, and so they'll explore that and strengths and weaknesses of each of those temperaments.
And a lot of discussion too,
Right.
kind of, right? I mean,
Yeah. So there will
during
be
the course of the class.
There will be a video, and then of teaching, and then there's going to be discussion afterwards. And so, and there will be an instructor there to lead the class in person. So
now, as I remember, you are kind of capping the numbers because of the conversation and the interaction. So where are you at? Are you got a little room left? Or?
we do. We have seats available. We're capping it at 8.
Okay.
That's our max for the class. So we do have seats available. So, but not a lot. So so hop on it and get in.
Get in now, yeah.
Yeah. So, and give us a call. Stop out. We have these little brochures we can give you with all of our classes upcoming. I can send them to you in the mail. I can talk to you on the phone. Our website, they're on our website. So easy to find, and get signed up for classes.
All right. And what are the hours there? I know that sometimes you're open at night. But for office hours to talk to you, when can they come see you?
I'm there usually from 7 till 4.
Okay.
And then once in a while we're in at night, depending on if we have any night classes running. But typically 7 to 4 is the best time. And leave us a message on the phone. I'll get back with you, or hop on our website. You can email me as well. My information's on there. So.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, folks who are listening, you'll soon be hearing a little bit more of Shelley on the radio. She's been doing some voice work for us, and we're really excited about that. We've always loved Shelley's work. And since she's here in town, we talked about it a little bit before, but I know Jeremy's doing some editing on some cutting recordings that you have done. So be listening for Shelley. You'll hear her a lot more on the air, and we're excited about that. We thank you for that too.
Oh, thanks for letting me do it, because it's been a blast. And I listened to some yesterday, and Jeremy's done a stellar job of editing those together.
Yeah,
really good.
He's amazing at that.
He is.
He's really good.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
And I sometimes think when I hear him back there, I'm like, well, what's Shelley doing here? But you've been doing those off hours, and then he's been putting them together. But you'll start hearing that, and we've got some other things in the works, but we're glad you're a part of it.
Thank you very much for letting me be.
You bet. And, as neighbors, we've had a little rough spot here and there. I'm trying on the last couple of days to kind of try to get back on track and not have this Hatfield and McCoy thing going on. So I'm going to keep trying, Shelley.
Okay.
I'm going to do better.
Okay. I don't think we have a problem, do we?
No.
I don't have a problem.
Well, you and I don't.
No.
Yeah.
I'm mostly worried about going too far and making Peggy, Brent's mom, mad at me.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I also have a good relationship with her. I don't want that screwed up either.
Oh boy!
Tell you what, you'd be surprised. I've seen Peggy mad.
I bet you have.
You don't want to go there.
She's your mother. I'd be surprised if you hadn't. Here's B.W. Stevenson. 8:32. I must say, Brent Epperson, you're a lucky guy. That Shelley's quite a gal.
I would say so. Yep.
Quite a gal. And she could work at any radio station she wanted to, and she's kind enough to lend her voice to us. So, pretty cool. And you're our neighbors. That's just serendipity is something else, man.
Boy, yeah.
And I know you're excited about that.
I am actually.
I want to talk a little bit. I stopped by and I saw Stan at the Whiskey Barrel the other day.
And how's Stan?
He actually wanted to talk radio when I was there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, I got a question for you. And that's what Stan,
Sure.
You know what? I got a question for you. You got time to talk? And we were talking about KBBN programming on Sunday. And I think really for Stan, he says, sometimes I have KBBN on at my house while I'm doing paperwork on the weekends, on Sundays. And he says, I really like your Sunday programming musically. Who does that, and what do you do different on Sunday? And I scratched my head and I said, well, I've been doing it for years, but I don't know that I do too much. It's a different rotation on the weekends. But I think part of it is there's just if you like rock music, if there's no ball game Saturday and Sunday, you get a lot of music with not a lot of interruptions.
Yes.
And so I think maybe that's what Stan was alluding to, but it was nice of him to ask.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't have KBBN on here in the Whiskey Barrel, but I do have Pure Country on.
Oh.
So it's always nice to go into a business and hear the local radio station.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
On the radio. And so we talked about that, and then there was a gentleman who came in, and we were kind of having a casual conversation. That's what happens at the Whiskey Barrel. You don't have to rush in and just do business. You can have a little chat. And with Stan, you usually learn something, or he asks a very tough question that you may or may not be able to answer.
I think what you just described is what you get when you shop local.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get, of course, the conversation, and if you're looking for something, Stan will help you with that, or his great staff will. And if you want a special order something, they'll do their best to get that for you. But one of the main things we talk about every time with the Whiskey Barrel is it's nice to have just a spirit store. That's what they specialize in. And to have it be known that when you walk in, you don't have to price shop. Stan watches his competition very carefully. He knows what the going rate is, what's too high, what's too low, and he's right there in the middle where it's fair. So don't worry about it. And he doesn't do a lot of specials with what they call, to lure you in, for a couple of reasons. In that particular product line, I can tell you from talking with lawyers with the FCC, you have to be careful with alcoholic beverages giving specials that encourage, you don't want to get the situation where you buy one and get two free, those sorts of things.
Sure.
Because it's a matter of, moderation and being responsible. So Stan doesn't do any of that, and he also makes sure then that you get the products that you do pick up at a fair price. So that's the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow, right between Subway and Betcare, right across from Gateway Motors, Highway 2, First Avenue area there, by the stoplight. Every time I say First Avenue, that makes me think of the First Avenue store that used to be there. Yeah.
And what was that? If you don't mind me asking, that had what?
Oh, it was probably one of the first quick stops.
Oh.
And they were actually the only store in the universe at that time that was open on Sundays.
Ah.
And you could buy they had a little meat counter, and you could buy a little minced ham or a little. Dad, I remember Dad going there to get some liver on Sunday so we could go catfishing.
Yeah.
And you could, and the kids all remember First Avenue store because you could drop in and pick up some candy, penny candy, and different things, and they had bread and milk, and it was just a kind of the early little convenience store. Sit right there where the gas station sits now. Right across from there was a swimming pool, and so you could go load up on candy before you went swimming.
Nice.
Yeah, or pick something up on your way out of this, after you did go swimming, and go down to the Dairy Queen, and maybe have some ice cream afterwards. We were living large back then.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And my wife and I always talk about this. You know how when you see a car parked outside of a building, you might recognize the automobile? Well, back in those days, when you went by the Dairy Queen, you knew by the bikes who was in there.
Yeah.
You recognized the bicycles. Oh, yeah, they're in there. I want to go and see those guys. Or, ooh, maybe I don't want to go in. Those guys are probably going to pick on me a little bit.
I was going to say, sometimes it has the adverse effect. You recognize somebody's, recognize somebody's bike, and you're like, I think I'll come back later.
Yeah, those guys can kind of be a little tough, or, yeah. And I know that just by talking to my wife, the ladies, 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, they knew what guys were in the Dairy Queen, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they usually would decide whether they were going to go in based on what bikes were out there. You could get fooled. I mean, you could go in there and maybe they didn't ride their bike that day. But mostly, back in those days, everybody rode their bikes. And, it's always good to see young people riding a bike.
It is good.
I don't think we see that often enough.
Not like we used to.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was growing up, I rode my bike everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that was did you put cards with clothespins?
Never did that.
Oh, man, that was fun.
But my dad, man, how old was I when he did this? My dad made, I just had a regular bike, and then my dad made one of those long, how do I want to describe it? The bars for the front end that went way out, and it looked like I had a chopper.
Yeah. Yeah, extended the forks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, when he did that, oh boy, I thought I was pretty hot stuff.
Well, you could buy a ready-made what they call Stingray bike, which had a little bit of an extension on the forks and the butterfly handlebars and the banana seat.
Yes, the banana seat.
But it was much cooler, we thought, to take a conventional bike and do what your dad did.
Yeah.
Chop it up a little bit and take an old bike and paint it, put a small wheel on the front, and try to get where you could put a bigger, fatter tire on the back, and you had kind of a cool vehicle to spin around the community with then. But.
Did you ever have a moment where you were trying to impress a girl with riding your bike, popping a wheelie or whatever, and hit a parked car?
I don't remember anything like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Not
that you know.
Not that I would know anything about that, but I just wondered.
Well, since we're in the mood for those days when everybody was riding their bikes when they were young, let's go back in time with the Lemon Pipers. button pushed so that we can get that out to everybody. Custer County Ag Society's Winter Ball, January 29th, and they'll be making tickets available to you now. We do know that they had something like, 6 tables left?
Yeah, I think that, I think it was selling really well, so they've just got a few tickets left to go.
So call Michelle at 870-2493, 870-2493, or stop by the Broken Bow Chamber office and get those tickets for the tables now. You can buy tickets for $45 each, or a table for $400, which has 10 seats. This is all taking place at the One Box Convention Center, and that ticket price would include a meal, and then they're having a dance afterward. The Victory Underground Band is playing from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. on the 29th of this month. But here's the other part of it. I think this is a great idea. Custer County Ag Society wants you to come and take part, even if you don't want to get a table and have the meal. So you can come in for the auction. There's a silent auction at 5:30, and then they'll have supper at 6:30, and then after they have supper, the live auction will start. I'm going to guess, around 7:15, 7:30, somewhere in there. They'll probably fire up the auction. So you can be there for the live auction or the silent auction, and, that way you can make your contribution and see if you can purchase something you would like to have, and at the same time help the Ag Society. And they're going to be working on handicapped accessibility at the main grandstand, and that's what this money is going to go towards, and that's very important. That is a great grandstand, but it was built many years ago for actually stock car racing, so it sits up really high, and there's a lot of steps going up. So they're going to make it so that it's more accessible, handicap accessible, with the money they raise for this event.
Since we're talking about the fairgrounds, and we've kind of been reminiscing, I guess, a little bit today. How long were the? When I was growing up, now we never made it over here for them, but I always remember growing up, people talking about. I think it was the quarter horse races.
Yeah.
In Broken Bow, right at the fairgrounds, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did those go on? Do you have any idea?
Boy, Joan, my wife, actually worked there a couple summers.
Oh, did she?
It was a good job opportunity for people who just wanted to work. They ran them a couple weeks or more. They didn't last a real long time, so it was a temporary job. They probably went longer than you might think. When they first started having the quarter horse races, that grandstand was packed.
Yeah.
And then they had bleachers down towards the paddock building up against the fence there. Those were packed. And they would run during the week, and the weekends, were probably more packed than the weeknights. But it really went over well for a while, and then it kind of started to the attendance started to dwindle, and then there were other quarter horse tracks that popped up. But I really can't tell you how long it was here, but it worked great because the stands were built for stock car racing, and the finish line was right in front of the stands.
Yeah.
And it was pretty exciting, and it really went over well. But I'm going to guess, I don't know, 10 years maybe?
Yeah.
Just guessing. I could be way off on that. But it was very, very popular, especially in the beginning years. Yeah, people were coming from everywhere. Deschler also had a quarter horse track.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and I think it might have lasted a little longer than Broken Bow, and probably started a little before Broken Bow. I'm just kind of guessing on some of this. Yeah, it brought a lot of people to town.
Yeah.
And stock car racing was a big deal for many years in Broken Bow. And when they first started having stock car racing, I remember as a kid, the current grandstand wasn't built yet, and they had big bleachers that they would have rodeos in front of, and then later stock car racing, and they had a fence, high fence to protect you while you're watching the stock cars go by. Then later they built the bleachers, the grandstand, and it has that cement wall, so they didn't have to have that anymore. And, like a lot of things, stock car racing, when it was really popular, you had a lot of locals that could afford to pull a old, 30-something coupe out of the pasture and turn it into a stock car with a straight six in it or something like that. And as time went along, competition, and the next thing you know, more horsepower, more technology, and pretty soon those local guys couldn't afford to stock car race at that level anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the Lexington track is so cool, because they have different categories that allow you to get in whatever you can afford to do, or make it more affordable and have the modifieds and all that. And so back then, I think it was just pretty much you had a stock car and you raced it.
Yeah.
So, and then they brought in the sprints that were highly competitive, that were the next level up.
Sure.
I would love the stock car races when I was a kid. It
Yeah.
was fun. Yeah. And you had Paul Page out there being the flag guy, and the JCs were all involved in it, and it was a real community event.
Sure.
It was put on by volunteers, of course, just as a lot of the folks down in Lexington and North Platte are volunteers.
Yep.
So it's great they can keep it going in those communities. But Broken Bow had a longer track than anybody else.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was a much longer ride.
Mhm.
So they really got up some speeds, and I remember they would sometimes not make the corner on the west end, and they would end up out in the tree belt.
Yeah.
And you always wondered, are they going to come back out? Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Yeah.
Cool things coming up here. Fundraiser for Jeanne Schumacher. Joan happened to run into Fred at the grocery store yesterday, and he said, they really appreciate this. Jeanne is kind of humbled by all of this, but she has an ongoing health issue, headaches, and noise and light just doesn't work for her like it used to. And she's been taking some special treatments, going all the way down to Texas to get these treatments, and different attempts at different medicines and so forth. So it's an ongoing fight, but you'd never hear Jeanne complain. But we all remember Jeanne and Fred doing the chili cook-offs and raising thousands and thousands of dollars for kids' playground equipment, the library, all sorts of different DYO. The list is long. They eject a lot of money into our community for good things. So it's payback time, and the organizers of this event have been waiting about 2 years to make this happen, because COVID came along and just it didn't work out. So they have a lot of things that have been donated that are going to be auctioned off, and this is coming up on the 16th of January, which is a Sunday, and it will start at 4 p.m. at Sylvester's to raise the money and have the live auction, and it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming up. Put that on your calendar as well. And then also another event that we want to highlight here today is the Taylor Mason Live Show. Now, Taylor was on the air. We're going to have that interview on again for you so you can get to know him better before he gets here. But he is going to come, and he's ventriloquist, musician, and a comedian, performer. And you can get general admission seats for $26 in advance. And stop by Klang Financial, stop by the church, stop by the chamber, and get those tickets. I have a funny feeling it might be sold out by the time we get to January 22nd. That's on a Saturday. The show starts at 7 p.m. You can pay at the door. Probably cost you a little bit more money. And I don't know. It might. That's a big church, but they might fill it up for this show. So,
yeah.
And by the way, Klangs have paid for the show, so all the money that you spend on tickets will go towards helping their preschool at the church.
That's great.
So those are the items that I have. What do you have over there, Brent?
Let's see. Nebraska Land, excuse me, Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience. Ready to help you. Did you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family at gatherings this holiday season? If so, stop in to see Roxanne. Offering things such as free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and even offering extended discounts for just buying local. And Roxanne says she will meet any pricing quoted from other offices in the state of Nebraska. So give her a call today. Set up your appointment. Number to call is 308-384-3852. That's 308-384-3852 for the Nebraska Land Hearing Center.
Thank you, Brent. News right after these words.
If you are looking for the latest techniques, look no further. Team Physical Therapy has skilled therapists that are able to offer you not only manual therapy, expert exercise programs to treat your neck, back, shoulder, and knee pain, but also dry needling. Call 872-5111. Our highly trained staff are here to get you moving again and enjoy life. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Blue Basin Public Health Department COVID-19 Myth versus Fact. Myth number 1, the vaccine will affect women's fertility. The COVID-19 vaccine will not affect fertility. The truth is the vaccine encourages the body to create copies of the spike protein found on the coronavirus's surface. This teaches the body's immune system to fight the virus that has that specific spike protein in it. To set up a vaccination appointment, please call us at 308-346-5795 or visit your local pharmacy or participating provider.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Hiring in the U.S. slowed down last month, and that was just before Omicron started to soar. Airlines began canceling flights. Some school districts switched back to remote learning, and businesses delayed return to office plans. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick.
From enterprises, we get that 199,000 jobs were added. From households, the jobless rate falls to 3.9%. These data sets don't always sing from the same hymnal, so to speak, and that appears to be the case once again.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger looks at the big picture for last year.
If we zoom out, the good news is that the economy has now seen 537,000 jobs per month created in 2021.
But the economy is still down almost 4 million jobs compared to the start of the pandemic. Most job gains last month were at restaurants and bars. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
On Thursday night at the Garden, the Knicks and Celtics were tied at 105 in the final seconds.
Here we go. Far sideline, half court left, 1.5 to go. Tie game at 105. To Barrett, one dribble, right wing three for the win. Baker is good. He banked it in. Barrett banked it in. And the Knicks have won the ball game at the buzzer.
The call on WEPN as the Knicks overcame a 24-point second quarter deficit. Evan Fournier finished with a career-high 41. The New Orleans Pelicans defeated the shorthanded Golden State Warriors 101-96. Brandon Ingram scored 32. Steph Curry did not play because of a quad injury. Draymond Green out as well with a hip injury. The Phoenix Suns defeated the Los Angeles Clippers 106-89. Chris Paul, a triple-double, 14 points, 10 assists, a career-high 13 rebounds. The Suns, the first in the NBA to 30 wins.
Here's your Weatherology forecast. For today, we'll sunny to partly cloudy conditions with highs working up into the upper part of the 20s. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies on the breezy side, temperatures fairly steady in the lower 20s. Trending milder on Saturday despite some cloud cover, back up to a high of 49. Returning to the upper 30s on Sunday with lots of sun, and for your Monday a high of 42. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
7 degrees above zero. There's some sunshine out there for you, but those winds are kind of brutal. So be careful out there this morning and throughout the rest of this day. Going to warm up going into the weekend. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to see 50s next week. That may be a good or bad situation, but that's what the weather forecast is telling us. Brent.
Yes, Dave.
Today is National Bobble Head Day.
Oh, the Bobble Head. When did the Bobble Head become a thing? Does it say?
Yes, it does. Been around since the 1700s.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
But they were not really invented as big a promotion as they became back years ago for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
The bobblehead has been around since the 1700s, but were not invented as a baseball promotion. They were made in Germany as a kid's toy.
Mm-hmm.
But the San Francisco Giants made them a pop cultural hit back in 1999 when they gave away 20,000 Willie Mays bobbleheads.
Okay.
The rest is bobblehead history.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never had a bobblehead. Have you?
No, no, I haven't. You think they'll ever make a bobblehead of the breakfast show hosts?
Certainly hope not.
The Dave and Brent bobblehead?
I don't think I think they call us bobbleheads already. I don't think we need to.
That's a good point, yes.
We did get a report in on the chat box this morning from some listeners out there. Rochelle says, my Alexa is answering you.
Oh, yeah, we've when we first started doing that bit, when Jeremy, I think Jeremy got one of those for you when they kind of first came out and were such a big thing.
Yeah, this was the one he bought for a Christmas present, I think it was.
And we we thought, hey, let's just plug it into the board. We'll have fun with it live on the air. When we first started doing that, I don't think either one of us realized what would happen if someone had their radio on and had one of those devices by the radio. So
that's what happens. So if
and it's now made us just want to do it even more.
Yeah.
When we know that we're wreaking havoc with somebody.
We could make your Rooski play any song we want in your house or business, but we'll try not to abuse that.
Yes.
This is World Typing Day as well. Now, we were talking about going back in time, and whenever you think about typing, you think as a guy. When you were going to school and you had to take at least one semester of typing, you thought, what for, man? I'm not going to be doing any typing. I'm going to, go to the Navy or drive a truck or become a lawyer, and I'll have a clerk to type for me. Whatever the case may be, guys didn't take typing very seriously, and look at us now. We all have to type every day, almost all day long on these keyboard things. But when you took typing, you had the test, how many words per minute can you type? Now, you did it, and then they had the errors were figured into that. If you made errors, then it deducted the amount of words per minute that you were awarded, right? So this is amazing. Can you believe the fastest typist is an English woman named Barbara Blackburn?
Okay.
In 2005, she set the record of 216 words per minute. The average typing speed on a regular keyboard is 41 words a minute.
Wow. How many mistakes did she make?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
I doubt very many if she's that accurate.
Probably not. Probably none.
The other side of that is that you always go back to this again, back in the days when you took typing. In our class, there was a whole bunch of typewriters that were the manual.
Oh, yes.
Where if you got your fingers between two keys, both keys went up and stuck.
Yes.
And then if you made a mistake and you were doing a paper, you had to try to erase it, and it tore the paper. And then you tried the white out, and it didn't work very good. So they had, as I remember, like 4 maybe IBMs that sit up at the front. Like the front desks. Maybe there were 6. I don't know. They just had one on each of the front desks in typing. So anybody that was just an average or really terrible typer got the manuals. But the people who were good typers got the IBMs, and you remember the IBMs that had the ball?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were big hunking things, and they had the ball in there, and they were electric.
Yes. Yep, the electric typewriter.
So the good typers got the electric. The bad typers got the manual. In my mind, back then and still today, I would have thought it would have been beneficial to do it the other way around. But no, they didn't. And it was all, there might have been a guy or two on one of those big hunkin' the big hunkin' ones with the ball.
Yeah.
IBMs. But mostly it was the ladies because they could type a lot faster than us guys because we didn't think we were ever going to have to type.
Yeah.
Gosh. We didn't know a thing, did we?
No.
So let's hop back on that Stingray.
Okay.
With the banana seat and the butterfly handlebars and listen to a little music that you would hear here on KCNI in the afternoons.
Okay.
All right. I think usually about 4 o'clock was Top Tunes.
Top Tunes.
Yep.
On KC. So KCNI wasn't, I guess I had it in my head that KCNI was always a country format.
Oh, no.
Okay. No, so it wasn't.
No, it was block programming.
Oh.
So you would have the Country Music Air Force Show.
Oh.
And then you would have polka, and then you'd have big band. And then you would have, the Sacred Heart program.
Oh.
And it was all, this half hour you're going to hear this kind of programming. Next half hour you're going to get, what they call block programming.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't until, probably when Dick Yancey came back and took over as manager that they started chipping away at some of that block programming. And it wasn't even country then. You started out in the morning. When I started here in 79, you started out and you were supposed to play country music.
Okay.
And then mid-morning you're supposed to start blending the country music out and bring MOR in.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road throughout the mid-afternoon. And then in the late afternoon, you would play top 40.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you transcend throughout the day from those three formats.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Cheryl Smith when she took over in 87 as manager, then that's when she turned things into all country.
Uh-huh.
What was the logo back then? It was something about the Heartland.
Oh.
You always talked about music in the Heartland.
I see.
KCNI.
Yeah.
And that was all country. Then as time went along, as you know, country really wasn't country anymore. And we would be playing the hot country on KCNI, and I remember people like Terry Eichelberger would call and go, "What the blank, 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 blank are you playing? That's not country.
That's not country music. Where's Haggard?
Come
Where's
on.
Waylon? Come on, man."
Well, they're here now.
There
on
you
Pure
go.
Country KCNI. But back in the day when you took that butterfly handlebar bicycle on a ride and hung that transistor on it, you'd hear this.
Irrigation in Broken Bow, and they're proud to offer competitive wages, great benefits. Sargent Irrigation is an equal opportunity employer. You can apply in person by visiting their office on South Highway 21 in Broken Bow, or give them a call at 872-6451. Come join their team at Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow. Get your application in for full-time employment at Sargent Irrigation.
Thank you, Brent Apperson. Let's talk about pizza for a moment, if you
Sure.
don't mind.
Yeah, we visited with Chantil at Pizza Hut in Broken Bow, and again, they've had to close their dining room temporarily. They, like so many businesses, just a little bit short-staffed right now, so they have decided to close the dining room. And they also want you to know that they have stopped their delivery during the day, Monday through Thursday, between 11 and 1. So no delivery there, but they still deliver Friday through Sunday during the day, and then in the evening, and then every day they deliver in the evening as well from 5 to close. So they're ready to serve you. They're looking for employees in almost all positions. So stop in and talk to Chantil about a great opportunity to earn some extra cash and help them get their dining room back open. And Chantil talked about some specials that they have going on. You can check with them about that. I think they still have the triple treat box, which is being advertised on TV. $24 gets you 2 large pizzas, Cinnabons, and breadsticks. It's all happening at the Pizza Hut in Broken Bow.
Well, we told you that Nicolas Cage was celebrating a birthday. He's 58 today. Also expecting a new baby.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Birthday boy Cage is going to be a dad. He's turning 58 today and expecting a baby with his wife, Rico Shibata. This is Nicholas's 5th wife, number 5, and 3rd child. So how did the actor know the 27-year-old was the one? Well, probably because she was 27 years old. But anyway, he tells it was her pets that gave it away.
Oh.
The Oscar winner said he popped the question over FaceTime. How romantic that would be.
Oh, really? Wow.
The pair went on to tie the knot in February of 21 in Wynn, Las Vegas.
I see.
So he's going to have his next child. His wife is 27. He's been married 5 times.
Okay.
Seems to be fine.
Yeah.
Let's go back in a simpler time and hop back on that bicycle.
Okay. All right. You going to play Kenny Loggins? It's his birthday.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
The Zombies, and she's not there. Now, the Zombies are still, I don't know if they have been able to, but they were actually performing live performances pre-COVID, and I think they did a show out in Boulder, Colorado at the Boulder Theater, and actually seriously thought about going to hear them because I happened to catch them on a television broadcast, and it's all the originals, and they sounded really good. A lot of times you'll go back to those groups, and there's maybe one person left in the group, and they use the name and make sure the songs sound kind of the same, but this was the real deal. I hope they're going to go back out again here when they can tour a little bit more. Mead Lumber in Broken Bow also has some job opportunities for you.
They do. They have a job opening right now for a sales associate who would be responsible for various sales duties, including sales support functions, office coordination, and assist with some merchandise deliveries. And they have an opening for a cabinet designer. This position would be responsible for providing kitchen and bath cabinetry design services and the sales consultation for contractors, remodelers, and homeowners. They're looking for a motivated and enthusiastic candidate who will provide exceptional customer service. Offer a great competitive wage, great benefits, and to check out the full responsibilities and duties of each position, as well as qualifications and requirements, you can check out the full job postings, which are listed for you on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page.
Thank you, Brent Apperson.
You're welcome, David Burney.
That does it, man. We're done.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to play one more little tune. That,
yeah, Kenny Loggins. It's
no,
his birthday.
no, I can't seem to find that.
Danger Zone's a good one.
Danger Zone.
All right, just saying.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about sitting in this chair.
Yeah, I know.
Probably not so nice for some people, but I hope you're enjoying the oldies but goodies this morning. We'll be back to Monday for you. And in the meantime, don't forget about all that basketball tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday on KBBN 95.3 FM. We'll take a quick time out, come back, and close the show right after these words.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
Happy New Year. Hey, this is Rod from Myers Iron Salvage and Roll-Offs. So let's talk about those New Year's resolution things. Hey, you know they're really hard to keep, but you know, who made that rule to start with? So how about a resolution that's easy to keep? Make your mission this year to put money back in your pockets. I just happen to be the guy to talk to. Bring your medal my way, and hey, we're going to put cash in your pockets, and you'll be going down the road. Win-win.
Myers Iron Salvage and Roll-Offs, just west of Broken Bow on Rhino Road. Open Monday through Saturday.
Loop Basin Public Health Department COVID-19 Myth versus Fact. Myth number 2. If you have already had COVID-19, you don't need the vaccine. Evidence continues to indicate that getting a COVID-19 vaccination is the best protection against getting COVID-19, whether you have already had COVID-19 or not. To set up a vaccination appointment, please call us at 308-346-5795 or visit your local pharmacy or participating provider.
Is your laundry pair not cutting it? Brent at Lines Appliance would love for you to swing by. What better way to start the new year than with your clothes actually getting cleaned like they should? Whirlpool and Maytag laundry pairs are priced to move. While you're there, make sure you check out the great variety of other items they have at Lines, including TVs, grills, video doorbells, and other fun tech items. Lines Appliance. Start your new year with something great they have on sale right now.
9:30. Are you taking Higgy Baby with you?
Tomorrow. It'll
Tomorrow.
be Gavin and I. Larry is going to join me tonight.
Oh, wow.
When we go to Sargent. So Brent and Larry tonight, Brent and Gavin tomorrow.
All right. You'll be set and ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm today and look forward to next week's 50s.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.